G'day everyone, welcome back to the PokeAustralia YouTube channel. I'm Jordan Manford, and today we're going to be taking a look at the ever-popular Night March deck. I'm assuming most people are probably familiar with this deck. Basically, we use the power of this Joltik, Lampent, and Pumpkaboo, which all have this devastating Night March attack, which does 20 times the number of Pokemon in your discard pile that have the Night March attack. Basically, we use these as our main attackers, not the Lampent, mainly Joltik and Pumpkaboo, and we just hit for a lot of damage. That's the deck. It's pretty simple. Now this deck's been partnered with a lot of different things, such as Milotic, Vespiquen, whatever. There's a lot of different partners for Night March. There's just straight Night March, which is just literally these 4 Pokemon here. Today we're going to be looking at it with Garbodor. Now this Garbodor right here has this Garbotoxin ability. It's not going to let me, there we go. It's got the Garbotoxin ability, so when this Pokemon's got a tool card attached to it, each Pokemon in play, and in each other's hand and discard pile has no abilities, so basically you shut off your opponent's abilities, stopping things like Trevenant and Vespiquen, Vileplume, which are usually bad matchups for Night March, into good matches, because you basically destroy their whole idea of their win conditions by using this Garbotoxin ability. Their lock decks, they use their ability to lock you out, and Garbodor shuts that down. It also gets rid of one of the most powerful cards in the game, Shaymin EX, as well as anything like any bat decks that are running around aren't able to deal damage to Night March. Like Crobat and all that used to be very powerful against the Joltik in particular. It has died down since Fighting Fury Bell came out, but it's still there, and it might be the Manectric Bats Jolteon deck around. You never really know. Garbodor would shut off those bats. It shuts off a lot of things, and it's so powerful in here. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to find room for the second Garbodor. I cut it for one Hex Maniac, and I'll get onto that why in just a moment. But we play a 2-1 Garbodor line. Just have to hope that you don't prize the Garbodor. You could probably find room for the second. Honestly, looking at this deck, I think I could probably find the room for the second. So this is just a work in progress. I'll fiddle with it as I go. Play the 3 Shaymin EX. Maybe that is one thing I could cut, is down to 2, but it's nice having 3 Shaymins in Night March. Night March has got the setup ability, which allows us to draw until we have 6 cards in hand. So basically, we want to use these before we get our Garbodor out, if we need to use them. I find with this build, like, I found myself just not even using Shaymins, like, just playing a slower Night March game, which is a bit weird, but it works. But yeah, 3 Shaymins is consistent. It's usually going to help you get the first turn Night March off, which is very strong. Moving on to items, we play the 4 Battle Compressors. That's standard in Night March, just to discard as many Night Marches as you possibly can. 1 Buddy Buddy Rescue, just in case you need to get the Garbodor back, you need to get the Joltik back or something. 1 Escape Rope, which is really nice in this deck. Basically, you're going to have a Float Stone usually attached to the Garbodor, so if your active Joltik's got a double colors and a Fighting Fury, you can Escape Rope into the Garbodor, forcing your opponent to spring up one of their bench Pokemon, and then retreating for free back into your Joltik, and you can get the knockout that way. Then play 4 Puzzle at a time. That's pretty standard in Night March. We do only play the 4 double colors, so that's mainly what we're going to be using them for. Usually lock decks such as Trevenant and all that. They have the advantage because you can't play the 4 puzzle at times. You're relying on drawing 2 Hex Maniacs to use them. So this deck kind of gets around that. You can play a puzzle at times as freely as you like. 1 Startling Megaphone. This is just a standard card, I think, now, with Fighting Fury Bell being a thing. It's pretty nice having Startling Megaphone, as well as Bursting Balloons if they're a problem. 1 Target Whistle. This is probably another card that could be cut for the Garbodor, but I really like having Target Whistle in Night March. Just the ability to like put a Shaymin onto the bench for nothing is great. I love that effect, and I enjoy playing it in here. I play the 4 Trainers Mail. That's pretty standard. Just grab any trainers that you need. 4 Ultra Ball, again, standard. Discard Night Marches from your hand, grab Shaymins, whatever. It's basically how it works now. 4 VS Seekers, because that's standard. You need to have 4 in almost every deck. 4 supporters, you play 1 AZ, 1 Hex Maniac, 1 Judge, 1 Lysander, 1 Teammates, 1 Xerosic, and 2 Sycamore. Now, the first card I'm going to touch on is Hex Maniac. This is probably the weird one where people are like, well, you're playing Garbodor, you don't really need Hex Maniac. The reason I play the 1 Hex is because if Vileplume, Vespiquen, or Trevenant go first, and they item lock you, you pretty much lose because you can no longer play your items onto the Garbodor. allowing them to shut off that ability. So you need to have Hex in here. If you're going second, if you're going first, sorry, it's not that bad because you can get your tool cards down and it's not a problem. But if they get these first turn item lock going, then you're not able to play your float stones or anything onto the Garb, so it becomes basically useless and you're probably going to lose. So the 1 AZ is pretty standard, just pick up Shamans, it's, yeah, whatever. Also pick up a Garb if you need to reuse the use a setup to draw more cards, whatever. 1 Judge, that's really nice in this build in particular because I find myself getting pretty close to decking out usually, so I just like having the 1 Judge. It's also nice to have it in Night March. 1 Lysander, just to bring up anything on the bench. 2 Sycamore, which is very low, but for Night March you don't need it. This deck is so incredibly quick that you can get away with 2 Sycamore. 1 Teammates, just to get any 2 cards that we need from our decks when one of our Pokemon goes down. Night Marches have very low HP, so they're pretty easily knocked out. Teammates can allow us to grab the cards that we need. Potentially like double colors or double puzzle of time is really nice to grab with the teammates if you're not item locked or anything. And then play the 1 Xerosic as well. Just pretty standard card. I honestly did consider dropping this card for the extra Garbodor. I don't know how relevant it is in this build. If you're able to get around like item, the main reason why Xerosic was in here was opposing Fighting Fury Belts, Bursting Balloons, getting rid of special energies on like, what's that thing called? Giratina. So that's why Xerosic's in here. I still think it's nice in here, but really other than Totina, you're not going to have too much of an issue. Play 2 D-Valleys. Would love to fit 3 in here. Just can't find the room in this build. But it shouldn't be too much of an issue, hopefully. With 4 Puzzle of Times, you should be able to get the D-Valleys out that when you need them. Play 2 Fighting Fury Belts, just to put on either Joltix or Pumpkin Boo, whatever one you plan on attacking. Give it a bit more of a HP boost. It's really nice in here. I'm just going to quickly just do this, and hopefully it'll let me scroll down. No, it's not going to let me. So I'll play 2 Float Stone, mainly for the Garb. But you can put it onto a Shaman or something if you really need to. But this is mainly here for the Garbodor, because Garbodor does need a tool card. You don't really want to be putting a Fighting Fury Belt on this thing, because I think it can be attached, but it doesn't get the effects. It's not going to let me bring it up, so it doesn't matter. So yeah, we play the Float Stones onto the Trubbish and evolve into Garbodor. Have the second one there, just in case. We do play 2 Trubbish, so, you know. And 4 double colors. That's pretty standard in Night March. There we go, that's my Night March Garbodor list. Let's jump into a game and have some fun with this deck. And here we go. Night March Garbodor. See, Dark, Fighting, Psychic, and Water. So I'm not too sure what my opponent's playing. It could be just something wacky, you never know. Could be something serious though. We would like to go first, yes. I always want to go first with this deck. This build in particular also does have a pretty nice mirror match. Just being able to, oh, my opponent can see straight away. Alright, lovely. If you're able to go first, get the Trubbish down, then you're really forcing them. Okay, so that's a previous tournament that I was in. I lost that one. I don't even know when it was from. I've just jumped on the PTCG. I don't know when I did that tournament. Alrighty, but apparently I came second, which is nice. I don't recall what deck I was playing either. Alrighty, so here we go. Technically game 2, but game 1. Psychic, Water, Lightning colors. Jeez, I don't know. Nothing springs to mind when I see those colors. I know colorless is probably Shaman. That's about all I know. Lightning, it could be maybe a Raichu deck. Psychic's the bats and Water is Milotic, possibly. This hand is it's okay actually. We'll start with the Joltik here. And we'll put the Trubbish down just in case. I don't know if I'm going first or not. I can't remember. We'll find out in a second. No, my opponent is. So they start Phoebus. So yeah, I was correct. So I actually think this is a Raichu deck. So one of the weird things about this is usually you wouldn't see your opponent start with a Joltik and a Trubbish down. This can be quite confusing for some players who see this. They might be thinking, you know, what is this guy trying to pull here? What are they playing? Actually, this is Night March. Yeah. Oh no, it is Raichu. I thought this was on Night March because I saw the lightning, the psychic, the colors, and the water. I was just like, oh, Night March melodic. But because of that Skyfield, yeah, it's Raichu. That's crazy, alright. So they have the same colors. So the bats are coming down. That's fine by me because we can get around those. They tend to play a lot more shamans than we do, so we can usually drag those out and knock them out. I think my opponent discarded double colors. Yep. So my opponent is already down a double colors and a second puzzle, so that's gonna hurt in the late game. If they get rid of another puzzle at a time, that would really screw them around. If they're forced to get rid of another puzzle, sorry. Then they won't be able to bring back anything from the discard pile unless they use this Milotic. Alrighty, so they're drawing up a fresh 5 with that Shaman. And okay, I don't think they'll be doing much else other than that. I'll probably bounce this Skyfield. It'd be nice if they dropped a bunch more Pokemon down, but I don't think that's likely going to happen. Now I'm probably just going to Battle Compress away 2 Lamperts and probably Sycamore. I'll Trainer's Mail before that though, just in case I see the Sycamore, then I can avoid having to do that. I can get rid of 3 Lamperts instead, which would be a bit better, but we'll see what happens. Does my opponent have anything else? They drew their 5 off the Shaman. There we go. Level Ball. Alright, so they'll probably grab another Pikachu with this, probably. Maybe a Phoebus. Just a second Phoebus to get back to double colors. No, they're going to grab the Zubat. Okay. So they're pretty confident that this Pikachu's not going down. One of the great things about this matchup is I don't need to discard too many Night Marches. I can basically have unlimited-ish Night March Pokemon. I do want to get the second Trubbish down, just because I feel like they're probably going to try and take this thing out. So maybe we can try and get that. I also wouldn't mind some Night Marches. I want to avoid at all costs playing Shamans if I can, just because Raichu can easily just like Lysander and up and knock those out. We can do the same here. If I did draw into a Shaman or an Ultra Ball or something, I'd probably just go for it because my hand would be really good. So, I'd be able to basically Ultra Ball away Lampent and another card, grab the Shaman, Battle Compressor away Lysander and 2 Lampents, VS Seeker for the Lysander and that Shaman. So we'll see on the top deck what I do in my next turn. We're going to see another, or was that an Ultra Ball? They get rid of another Skyfield, which is great to see. That's 2 Skyfields down. So we're already going to be having the stadium jump on them. Like, we will be able to play more stadiums than they will, just because. How many do they have down? They got 6. So I really okay, because I know if I play this, they're gonna bounce their Shamans, which does suck. We're gonna see Puzzle of Time. Do they have both of them? If they have both of them, that's all 4 puzzles gone. Oh no, they rearrange the top 3 cards. That is 3 Puzzle of Times in the discard pile. They're not going to be getting anything back with those. So I don't know what the idea is there. They're going to attach to the Phoebus. Okay, so they really want to get this Phoebus out of the active position. If they retreat, I don't think that was the right play there. They should know that I'm probably going to get the knockout here. I am going to play down this D-Valley, which does suck because it means they're probably going to just get rid of their 2 Shamans. So as long as I hit a double colors, I'll be able to knock out this Phoebus. Yeah, because I'll be discarding 2 Lamperts and then another one with the Sycamore that I play. As long as I don't prize 2 Sycamores. We're going to go for the Trainer's Mail. There's Xerosic. I don't think we'll take that. Look at that. There was a Joltik, double colors, and a Shaman in the top 3 cards as well. Alrighty, now we'll keep... Actually, I regret that. I should have got Xerosic out just so I didn't have it in deck. I don't think Xerosic's going to be too much of a useful card here. I'm going to go for the Battle Compressor, dropping Lampent. Garbodor's in there, which is great to see. I really want to get that out as soon as possible. So we drop 2 Lampents and the Sycamore. And then we can VS Seeker for the Sycamore and Sycamore away this 3rd Lampent. Drawing a fresh 7, so if we draw a double colors, we'll be all good to go. I would like to also get another Trubbish down. Maybe another Night Marcher down. The good thing about this matchup is I don't need too many Night Marchers. I think I've already mentioned that Raichu's got 90 HP, so I can easily outlast that. We see everything I wanted, or the majority of things I wanted anyway. I think I might just go double colors and just go for the knockout. I think that seems like the best play I can do right now. I could like do all these Ultra Balls for the Shaymins, but then they'll probably just knock off the Shaymin, so I'm just going to leave the Joltik up. I don't want to attach Fighting Fury Belt to it. I would prefer to save that for a Pumpkaboo. I don't even think it matters, because that would mean they would have to have 5 bench Pokemon to knock out Pumpkaboo. So yeah, I think we're in a great position right now. There's 3 puzzle times, 2 double colors down, no Phoebus on the bench. Wow, we are in a great position. And I'm going to be able to get another Joltik down as well. Okay, so yeah. So what I'm going to be able to do is Buddy Rescue for that Joltik there. Put it back down. I might just play the Fighting Fury Belt on it too low on my hand. We'll see what we draw off here. Alrighty. And we draw Target Whistle. I am going to play that. Actually, Alrighty, so I'm having the problem. Actually, I'm going to discard the Ultra Ball and the Fighting Fury Belt, and I'm just going to basically play down the rest of these cards except for the Puzzle of Time. I want to keep that in hand just in case I draw into another one. I can grab the double colors back from the discard pile. I wouldn't mind actually getting some more Night Marches in the discard pile, because I'm going to need those there. Yeah, I may as well Target Whistle the Shaymin, forcing them to have the Shaymin there, meaning they can't play anything around it. And then that's also going to mean that I should have played the Buddy Rescue first, because they're probably going to take Phoebus with Buddy Rescue. So maybe I should have done that first, and then just kind of, or even if they took the Shaymin. Alright, so I feel like I misplayed that combo there. If I Buddy Rescued, they may have taken a Shaymin if their hand was that bad and they just wanted to draw more cards. I then could have Target Whistle to Shaymin. But now, knowing that I've played the Buddy Rescue, they'll probably just take the Phoebus, yeah. And we'll take our Joltik back. I don't know. I don't know if how they would have played that. I'd like to think that they would have taken the Shaymin, but they might not have. And we're going to Shaymin to draw 5 cards. One other card that wouldn't be bad in this situation is Xerasic. Xerasic would almost guarantee me the win if I could just sit behind a Garbodor with Xerasic, and I would just kind of wait it out. We get all the stuff I wanted. We got the double puzzle, we can get back the double colors. So we're going to need to discard a couple more Night Marches here to pull this off. Get rid of the Pumpkaboo, the Joltik, and... Actually, we'll get rid of Joltik, yeah. Because it can be Sky Return from Shaymin. I should have another lamp in here. Cool, we'll get rid of all of that. Question is... do I judge? I think I might judge as well. So what we're going to do now is actually Battle Compressor away the Garbodor. Garbodor and a Lysander and Xerasic. Oh, Xerasic. I think I've got the 9 matches in the don't I? 4, 5, 6, yep. Alright, so yeah, we'll get rid of those 3 there, and then I can double puzzle, grabbing back the Garbodor and the double colors, putting double colors onto the Joltik, having the the Garbodor set up. I might have accidentally called it Toad before because they're both annoying cards. So we're going to put 2 copies back into our hand. 2 cards, sorry. And we're going to take double colors and the Garbodor. And then I'm just going to judge, just to get rid of that Phoebus that my opponent had in hand. I don't even think it would matter too much. Alrighty, and we can judge. Drawing 4, that's alright. Not a bad 4. Let's see what we can train as well here. We will take the Ultra Ball, just because I do have the double colors in hand, so if I need an attacker next turn, I've got it. Retreat into the Joltik. And I honestly don't think there's much my opponent can do here. And we could just Night March for the knockout. They've only got one double colorless left in deck. As soon as that's gone, that basically guarantees me a win. Because they can't get it back. They've dropped their 4 puzzles. Yeah, I think they've burned through too much resources to actually come back from this. Their only hope is to use maybe like if they play basic energies, but I don't honestly think they would, and if they did, they'd probably only play 2 or 3, so that shouldn't be too much of an issue because they won't be being able to get these crazy knockouts. Alright, so there's the Startling Megaphone, which actually does hurt quite a bit. This means... we could be in a bit of trouble here if we see a goal back, because the Dimension Valley's down, so they will be able to knock out this Joltik in the active position. That's my Floatstone's gone. I've still got 2 Puzzler Times left in deck, so I can definitely grab a Floatstone back onto the Garbodor, which would be nice. And this is probably their play, unless they go for the Shaman, but I'd like to think that they're probably going to take the Golbat, yeah. And they probably have a supporter in hand as well. So they'll probably play that. So they're going to evolve, putting 2 damage counters onto the Joltik. And then we might see like a Sycamore or something here. Or maybe even a Shaman. Bridget. So I'm interested to see what they'll grab here. Maybe Phoebus if they've got it. Maybe another bat. I'm not too sure. This means they've got no cards in hand though. So if I can get rid of this Golbat, they're relying off of top decks. So yeah, they're going to take the Phoebus. So yeah, 20 cards in deck. So they're relying off a top deck as well as their 1 prize card that they're going to grab. Alright, so there we go. 10 damage to everything. So we're just going to throw up the Garbodor. Not that it matters too much. Hopefully I can get the Float Zone and can get a couple of things going. So we do see the VS Seeker. Do I have teammates down here? I don't have the teammates in the discard. I'm going to Ultra Ball away Dimension Valley and AZ. Yep. Probably seems like the only real thing I can do at this point. We'll grab a Shaman. So we're kind of forced to do that. I think I will go for the Escape Rope. No, I can't really afford to do that at this point. We're going to just draw 3 cards. Hopefully we can draw a Pumpkaboo or something. We get a Battle Compressor. Okay, so we do actually get some really nice cards from this. Basically, a lot of the cards that I wanted I got. So we can go Pumpkaboo. Oh god, lagging quite a bit. Double Colors. VS Seeker. Oh no, I misplayed that. I was meant to Battle Compressor away teammates for the VS Seeker, for the teammates, but it's okay. I'll just play the Battle Compressor. I'll just VS AZ Shaman. It'll be fine. So we do have the 2 Puzzler Times in there, so yeah. Alright, so we'll drop a Joltik and a Shaman and the teammates. Seems like probably the best 3 cards I could drop in that situation. We're going to go for the Escape Rope. Meaning we'll be able to knock out one of these things. We can throw up our Pumpkaboo, so we are going to be taking another prize card here. I feel like they'll probably just go, yeah, into the bat. And then we can AZ a Shaman. If I can draw 2 puzzle at a time of that, that'd be really nice, because that's what I wanted from the teammates. But alas, it doesn't matter too much. Ooh, we got 1. This prevents us from getting knocked out from a bat play. I may as well play this down. A Trainer's Mail. And we don't see the card I wanted, but that's alright. We'll take the Megaphone and just play it, just to kind of lower the cards in our deck. So there we go, Megaphone. And we can Night March. And I've got the Judge in discard as well, so it should prevent me from decking out. Hitting for 170 damage, damn. It's a strong Pumpkaboo. We draw into the Hex. Not that actually, that's kind of helpful. So what we're probably going to see here is maybe Crobat 30. They can knock out a Pumpkaboo on the bench or the Trubbish on the bench. Then I'll just swing at them again with Pumpkaboo. So We are going to see the VS Seeker here, so we'll see what they take with that. Probably this Sycamore, I'd assume. Yep, there is the Sycamore. So they're just digging for the Crobat, I think. They'll probably just take the knockout on this Pumpkaboo. Maybe I shouldn't have benched it. I should have forced them to knock out the Trubbish and then benched it next turn. That was a bit of a misplay, but they are going to need Crobat down. They can't knock out the active unless they find a way to get rid of the tool card. I think I'm in a better position than my opponent, because even if they do get rid of the this active one or the bench, I can VS Seek for the teammates. But I don't actually think I need to do that next turn. I think I'll just wait it out at this point. I'll just Hex next turn and Night March. That's basically going to be my play. Unless they bounce my Stadium, that would require me to dig a bit harder. I would have to then just wait until I draw into the other puzzle time to get them back. But hopefully that's not an issue. My other option is knock out a Shaman, just to make the game a bit quicker. That's a possibility, but I think I'll just next turn Hex. I don't know. The problem is I don't know if I've got any more VS Seekers in deck. I think I might just Hex and then Night March. That seems like the best play. I can't drop 2 Pumpkaboos, so we shouldn't have an issue there. We'll probably lose 1. Oh, they're just going to swoop across them. We're not even losing 1. So I've basically got the game next turn if nothing happens. We do get the double puzzle. I don't think I'll play it just yet. Just in case the Stadium does get bounced, I can play it. I should have hexed, but oh well. I don't think it matters at this point. We do see the Joltik, so yeah, we're in a pretty good position. I don't think my opponent can come back from this. They would need like 2 enhanced hammers, even then I got the double puzzle in hand. So I've got the VS Seeker as well, so we are going to see the Milotic come down. Be interesting to see what they take with that. If they played a Xerasic, they might take that and just try and run me out of double colors. Maybe the Lysander. I honestly don't know what they're going to take here. The Megaphone, that's pretty irrelevant at this point. They're just going to get rid of my my Fighting Fury Belt. As long as the Stadium stays, I've got the game. I'll just be able to do Night March that and Shaman on the bench, unless they somehow get rid of the Shaman. Oh, they are going to AZ the Shaman. I've got Target Whistle in there. Oh, they're going to play Shaman back down. That was the wrong move. Of course, they don't know what's in my hand, but you know, they should know that I've only played 2 VS Seekers, and I've got the Lysander in there, so if that was me, I would have just AZ the Shaman and left it at that. You don't really need to be digging through your deck this hard at this point of the game. Their best bet was to just kind of not play the Shaman and hope that I don't get a knockout. Well, I would get 1 prize card and then they'd be able to take out the Pumpkaboo. It doesn't matter though, because I had the double puzzle, so we win this game here. And I think I'll just leave it with this game. I think this game is long enough against this Raichu Bats Milotic deck. So what we can do is just VS Seeker for the Lysander. My opponent will probably scoop before I get to do this. I could double puzzle and get the item lock, the ability lock. At this stage of the game, that was pretty irrelevant. It's a shame I didn't get paired against like a Trevenant or a Vileplume deck, because it would have been nice to show how the deck works in that situation. That is Night March garbage, although I think this is probably approaching to be one of my favorite Night March builds. I just love playing this deck. There's a lot of games that I've played in the most recent regionals where it would have been nice to have this ability lock. Even in the Night March mirror match, if you can get this thing going second turn, you're forcing your opponent to play all their Shamans in turn 1 to draw through their deck. And that's something you don't want to do when you're playing Night March. You want to play conservative. And if they've dropped all these Shamans, then you can just go, well, Lysander. It's got a lot of potential, this deck, and I wouldn't be surprised if this popped up even more, especially after Andrew Tan took this thing to the Perth Regionals. He got top 4 with it. This wasn't his exact build, but very similar. I think, I don't know. So that was our 20-minute game. So thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to our PokeAustralia channel. Drop a comment below if you think I feel like I need another Garbodor in here. Let me know what I should drop. I really like Hex Maniac in here as well. Just as I said, if your opponent goes first, playing Trevenant, and they get the first on Trevenant, you have to Hex. Like, you can't, there's no way around it. You have to Hex. Because you can't play any items, so you can't Battle Compress or anything. So let me know your thoughts below, and I will see you in the next video.